Maseches Avos, Pirkei, the third chapter, Mishnah Yud Gimel, Mishnah 13. Rabbi Akiva Omer. Rabbi Akiva, the famous Rabbi Akiva, says, Sochoch b'kalos rosh, jesting, playing, and kalos rosh, having a light head, margilin le'erva, they accustom a person to nakedness or to lewdness. Just carrying on in general draws a person towards the worst, the more cruder elements. I think it's no joke that, no coincidence that there are so few comedians that manage to be clean-mouthed in their routines, and they frequently find the border between what is socially acceptable and what is not socially acceptable, as that margin, as the place to locate their jokes, and much of the laughter that's elicited is because of our natural discomfort towards things. But if we are constantly in that zone, we're joking and playing and whatnot, then we don't feel that certain discomfort. We are setting ourselves up to go over the bounds. That's not to say we shouldn't have a sense of humor and be cheerful. That's just to say that there is a limit to what we should allow ourselves to do. Fine. And then these are things that can potentially hurt us. Now we're going to come to things that will help us. Masorah, a tradition, sayag la Torah. It is a help. It is a fence for the Torah. It is a protection for the Torah. So a Masorah as to how you do things will save us from unwittingly breaking the Torah or losing an element of the Torah. Fine. Masros, giving meiser, giving a tithing, is a siag la'osher. It's a fence, a protective barrier for our wealth. If we learn to give through religious motivation, to tithe or to give charity, then that somehow protects our wealth. It makes us appreciate our wealth more, and we appreciate what it is and what it can do, and we are less likely to lose it. Fine. Nadarim, siag leprecious. So nadarim, vows, are a help, a fence for precious, for withdrawing from this world, for staying away from the cruder things. So we live in a generation that's not so bound up in word. It used to be that word was bond. If you said you were going to do something, or if you made a vow, that was it. We don't have those sensitivities these days. So in general, there is an idea that we should try to avoid making a neder, making vows upon ourselves. But there was a time when people would make vows that they would do X, Y, and Z, so to keep themselves away from certain temptations that they had. So, and people were of such quality that they could actually be bound by their words. Okay, but like I said, we don't necessarily live in that time. So, sadly, word is not bond in today's world. So the better practice, I think, these days is not to make vows upon yourself. Fine. And finally, siyag l'chokhmah. Now, what is the fence or the barrier, the protective barrier for wisdom? Shticha. It's silence. It's being quiet. Frequently, we will, instead of learning, we talk, we argue, we quarrel, we say what we think, and in the process, when we're speaking, we tend to squelch out everybody else that is part of the dialogue, a part of the equation. We can't listen to what they say. So if we accustom ourselves to not run into an argument with guns a-blazing, to just be quiet, and to seriously consider what's being said, then we come out of a wiser person. Also, if we if we tend to keep our mouth shut, we don't reveal how unwise we are at times. So it's a double-edged sort of saying here. So if we don't, by remaining quiet, people think, oh, this guy's a wise guy. Look at him; he's so keen and he's quiet. But if we really were to open our mouths, we would probably have something asinine come out. So it works both ways. By being quiet, we can absorb what's being said, but also we don't reveal how unwise we are at times. Certainly, I think that this shticha refers to sort of speech, but I think a lot of that is lost on social media. People will blaze into sort of Facebook debates, and that I see really nobody winds up learning anything from those sort of arrangements. So I personally try to steer clear from them. But anyway, that's that. Okay, that's that Mishnah. I wish you the best. Kol tov, hatzlacha raba. Keep learning.